I don't know if I like 2023.
Why not? Hasn't even started yet.
It's just, I know, but it's the end of the first month and it hasn't been that great.
I guess. It was a quick month.
It was a really quick month. Hey!
Hey!
If you like this content, please subscribe.
You can leave a comment.
Like it.
We're also on Anchor.
We're on Anchor. Both of our podcasts are on Anchor. So if you're on the go and you want to listen instead of having to watch YouTube, you can find us there.
It also works on Spotify as well.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks.
It's coffee break! Yay!
It's February. By the time you're listening to this, it'll be February. Right?
No. This comes out on the 31st.
Dang, it's almost February. It's almost the short month. Woo!
Yeah, February. Should be fun. Ant-Man comes out. You got the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, Ant-Man. Oh wait, you told me who's going to the Super Bowl this morning. Who is it?
It's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
I think the Chiefs. I think they got this.
I was looking at the scores. The Eagles destroyed the 49ers.
Yeah.
It was like 3-31 or something like that.
What's his Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Is he on the Chiefs?
Yeah.
He's very good. I will give him that.
they played the Bengals, and the Bengals last year made it to the Super Bowl. And yeah, it was like a 3 or 2 point difference.
Dang.
Like it was an actual game compared to what the Eagles did to the 49ers.
Wow.
But
okay.
what I'm really excited for, and we'll get them soon, is all those Super Bowl ads.
Yeah. There's always going to be one that everyone's going to be like, why'd you do that? That way you sit there and you reflect and you're like, wow, this costs like thousands. Millions even.
Yes.
And it's for like Subway or something.
Yeah, you're finding the bad ones. It's going to be lots of fun. There's always something weird going on.
Doritos usually has something wacky. I don't know if they still do. They used to be the main runner in this race of what the hell did I just watch?
I'm looking forward to seeing the Flash trailer.
Let's see what they do with it.
It's a rumor, but it would make sense for you to release that. Mario should be in there.
Mm-hmm. Mario's gotten a ton of ads already. Like, we know what we're getting into by this point. No, I'm, honestly, I think there is no good decision with The Flash. It's a bad way, no matter what they do. It's either lose a bunch of money, or lose a bunch of credibility, and a bunch of money. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of interested to see it. I'm like, is it even going to look good?
Weren't they just doing more reshoots?
Yeah, they just did more reshoots 2 weeks ago.
Not good. Not good.
I don't know how many times this thing's gone through reshoots.
I can only imagine what kind of Frankenstein script they got going on now.
Yeah, it's a little alarming, isn't it?
Yes.
That you've had this much trouble with this movie. And this is supposed to be the one that, like, we can get away from the Snyderverse and start our own thing.
And this was already going to be a somewhat more complicated plot because it involves, like, time travel and multiverse shenanigans, whatever.
Yep.
And now it's going through all these reshoots and rewrites and all this stuff. So, I bet it's going to be a confusing, basic mess.
I still want to see what it is.
Sure.
I'll probably watch it. I don't think I'll go to the theaters.
God, no.
I
also expect it to be very dark. Like the color palette. I expect it to be dark. I expect to sit there and squint the whole time. And also think to myself, your outfit is damn red and yellow. Why can't I see you?
he has a few different outfits, and I don't know if that's just Ezra or we see like those other kids.
Yeah, well, they all seem... Well, that was like how it was with both versions of the Justice League, where I'm just in there squinting, being like, aren't you supposed to be wearing, like, colors? Why is everything just shadows?
I saw the Dark Flash. He looks dumb.
Yeah, Dark Flash. Not Zoom. Dark Flash.
Yeah, I'm really confused about which one's which.
I don't think they cared.
Okay. All that aside, How I Met Your Father Season 2 has returned.
Who remembers that? No one. No one really talked about it.
Yeah, they came out so long ago.
It was last year?
Yeah.
It was like early last year. I remember we talked about it on Coffee Break.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything on the internet. No real buzz.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So, that's a little weird, because the first season, they wrote themselves into a hole so many times.
They did.
And then they had to pull themselves out of this hole, and they only have a few episodes. But
it was only like 6 last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 6. So, what does Hulu do? They give them a second season of 20 episodes?
20 is a lot of episodes. 1
per week, which, if I did my math right, that puts us into June when this thing's over.
I don't... The thing... Did it do really good, like, on network? Like, we're just house moms? Or old people just watching it?
Well, that's... Here's what's most intriguing about this show. It's not actually the show itself.
Does it air on TV?
No.
Because they keep swearing.
Yeah, it's only for Hulu.
And I keep, like, being confused. It's like, you just said shit on TV.
It's a sitcom in 2023.
Yeah.
We don't really do sitcoms anymore. And every time they try,
it just fails.
They flop.
It's just the idea of this set with a live audience or even just a laugh track, like, it just feels like foreign. It feels basic, reductive. Like we've evolved.
Yep. That weird noise was the air turning back on.
Sorry, it's cold.
Yeah, not as cold as everywhere else, but it's cold. It's been chilly nights.
And I was disappointed that it still feels the same as season 1. I was hoping they were gonna, like, step away from the situational comedy, the hard.
But that's what a sitcom is. You can't.
I don't know, man. I think we could evolve. We can change. We could do something different.
Yeah, don't do sitcoms then.
I guess.
Drama series, like a good drama. Like season 1 of The Bear.
Yeah.
You didn't watch that one with me. You refused to watch it for some reason.
I didn't refuse to watch it. I was doing something. I don't remember what
Like, your
doing.
YouTube channel really deserves as much attention as I do.
I think I was watching anime.
I watched the whole first season in one go.
I heard only good things. So.
It got nominated for Emmys. It was a really good season. And it is a darker show. But to do it like that, an FX show with higher quality and telling a more real life story compared to doing a sitcom where they're happy, they're bubbly, they're too damn bright.
Yeah, so saturated.
Oh my god, if there's a real serious moment, there's always a bad joke.
Yes.
Probably from the weird British guy.
Yeah. Oh my god, they were trying so hard to make him like the funny one, but he's not. Him and the sister, the lesbian sister. I don't remember any of these characters' names. By the way, her name is Sophie. The main
I was
girl.
like, it's Sophie, and that's all I remember.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so when I think of like sitcoms for nowadays, I think of something like Community or Arrested Development, where you can still have like wacky, saturated moments and sets and whatever, but you know.
But those are at the end of what you could say the era of sitcoms.
I guess, but is it the end of sitcoms or the transition into a new kind of sitcom? You know? Whatever the next step of that evolutionary process is.
I always thought the next step had already happened.
What do you think?
Because if we think about really good sitcoms, and we can go all the way back to the 40s and 50s, I Love Lucy is a big one.
Yep.
Married with Children. Family Ties.
I saw a lot of them. Andy Griffith's Show was another one.
Then you get into Seinfeld, Friends, Frasier.
Yep.
Was another big one.
Oh,
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
The original series. But no, I always thought The Office. The way The Office is done, it is a sitcom. It's bright.
True.
It's funny.
I think
situational comedy.
I think the thing that really was the detriment to that was a lot of people tried doing The Office.
They're still trying,
and
Fletch.
They keep failing. Fletch is a good example. Like, it's fine, but it's like, I don't know, the documentary crew shtick. We've done it.
But, well, What We Do in the Shadows, they do the same thing.
True. I guess it depends on how creative you are. I guess that's the real cornerstone for any good sitcom, is how creative you can be. Even those old ones that we're talking about, like the Andy Griffith Show or I Love Lucy, it wasn't just people existing. There was a reason we wanted to follow those characters. She was married to Ricky Ricardo, who's famous. Andy Griffith was the sheriff. Misadventures, you know?
Well, there's that theory that this was the first time people saw other people on television. Because television was new in the houses.
True.
And now they felt like they were there with these actual characters.
Damn, like the very beginning of a, what is that, parasocial relationship?
Yes, it's parasocial relationships.
Damn.
And, yeah, you watch I Am Lucy, and that's, like, as close as you get to... You've never had this experience before. You don't really fully get...
And you feel like you really get to know... Because also, like, acting versus seeing them just as themselves, not acting, like, during, like, interviews or whatever, on the red carpet.
Yeah.
That wasn't very common back then. So you just saw them when they were acting in those roles, and so it was so much easier to, like, perceive that as them.
Yeah, you would confuse that.
Dang.
Ideally.
What a weird time for humanity.
Kids still do that.
I guess, yeah.
You know, they see these Disney movies or DreamWorks, and they relate to Puss in Boots.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go get a toy, and now they have to. But it's okay for a kid to have a parasocial relationship.
I remember it was very, like, the concept of actors was a little hard for me to grasp. Like, Frankie Muniz was big when I was, like, a child.
Yep.
And he had 2 movies that came out relatively close to each other.
Wait. Big Fat Liar.
Yes. I know you...
Agent Cody Banks.
Yes! And it was so weird for me to, like, be like, it's the same person, but these aren't the same people? Like, his name is different. That's not Cody. He has a different name. It's like Zach or some shit. like conceptualizing that it's an actor playing 2 different people.
Also, he was in Malcolm in the Middle at that time.
I never watched Malcolm in the Middle. Not till I was older. I don't like Malcolm in the Middle very much.
I watched the first episode. I didn't like it.
It's a weirdly mean-spirited show.
Yeah.
Which was the point, but, like, not for me.
Yeah. I was just wondering why his dad didn't shave his head yet.
that was before he was, like, a big name. He was no one.
The dad is played by Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
But the first scene, he has no shirt on. He's just a hairy guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's
that
just
is
so
the first scene.
hairy. I'm sorry. I've never liked when people get hairy like that. It's always gross to me.
No, I
agree. Like my grandfather has that. I've always been scared that I would go that way.
Steve Carell, famously,
he's
is like
hairy.
that. And every time, like, that is a huge turnoff. That is, ugh.
Yeah, that scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin where they're doing the wax.
Yeah, that's his...
They're really ripping off his hair.
That's his real hair. It's real wax. I think some hair on your chest, acceptable. Like, totally fine.
Yeah.
But there's a point where it's like, no.
Yeah, you shouldn't be a carpet.
Yeah. I just sit there and think how itchy you must be underneath all your layers of reality.
We've kind of gotten off track.
Oh, yeah. How I Met Your Father.
Back to How I Met Your Father. Last season, they ended it off with her talking to Robin from How I Met Your Mother.
Really disappointed.
And then in this first episode of season 2, Neil Patrick Harris's character, Barney Stinson from the original series, showed up. We teased him.
He'll be coming in doing something. Probably the final episode.
And then they're like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about that." I found it really cheesy and cheap to use the old actors.
I really didn't like it last time. It's like it screams of, we are literally making this because this other one was popular. We don't have our own ideas.
Yeah.
We're just hoping to bank off the success of something else.
Exactly.
The thing I really hated. This sounds so stupid. What I'm gonna say sounds fake, but she literally goes, as part of her, like, teaser for later down the line, things are gonna get pretty serious, crazy bonkers. And then the thing she says is, quote, "Mom, I need your help. I think I might be dating my dad." And that's right before she crashes into Barney. And I'm like, that is such a bad stupid, dumb. That sounds like a fake concept you would see in like a Family Guy skit, you know?
Well, it sounds like a dumb concept you'd see in a sitcom.
But I expected, like, sitcoms haven't been this. Even Seinfeld. Seinfeld is old. Seinfeld didn't have stupid shit like this.
Well, the
Like
joke
Seinfeld.
about Seinfeld is it has nothing to do about anything.
Other shows that were coming out around the same time as Seinfeld also didn't have, I think I'm dating my dad. It's so stupid. That just ruined all interest I had in the show.
That is a disgusting dog.
Oh. Hang on.
He just destroyed a stuffed animal and now he's just eating the fluff. Okay.
That's our trash baby. Should I pause?
No, I'm just gonna stop him from... Oh, it's all wet!
Don't put it on my computer.
Oh, man! My hand's all wet! Nasty! Oh, puppies! Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna keep watching How I Met Your Father.
Yeah, I bet we'll have a point where we'll get bored, and then we'll forget to watch a few episodes, and we'll binge like 4 of them. You know?
I kind of like binging television.
I do too. We were talking about this to ourselves the other day, where...
No, we didn't talk to each other. We just told it to ourselves, telepathy.
I meant not on the podcast. It was if Wednesday hadn't have come out all on one on Netflix,
Yeah.
we would not have watched it. We would have watched the first episode, maybe the second one, and we would not have watched the rest of it. You know?
Yeah.
So I think people need to put the whole show. I want to binge the whole thing in one sitting, guys. Netflix can't be the only one doing this. I don't like Netflix.
What? It's not just Netflix.
Who else does that? Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
Everyone else wants to bank on that. You come back again next week.
Yeah, I don't know why Marvel and Star Wars does that with their TV shows. Just drop the whole thing. We're just all gonna sit there and watch it.
So then when you come back next week, they can run another ad at the beginning of it.
But you know what? They did that with Andor.
Mm-hmm.
I got halfway through and I never came back.
Everyone said Andor was so good, and it so wasn't.
It's hard to keep my interest in it. I will go back and watch it, I'm sure, but the weekly thing is annoying.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting tired of it. That was the whole point of streaming services.
It was.
And now we're just doing streaming services, but it's like cable.
So, we heard about Jeremy Renner,
Mm-hmm.
known for playing Hawkeye in the Avenger films. Mission Impossible.
Yeah, he got in an accident with a snowplow.
Yeah, so we read that he's trying to help his nephew out. They got stuck out in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And he had his giant snowplow. And he got out of the snowplow to help his nephew and realized the snowplow was still moving.
Yeah.
So he tried to jump up on it, where you jump up on the treads.
Mm-hmm.
And the treads made him roll off, and it ran over him.
Yeah.
And it crushed him.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. It sounds entirely like it was Jeremy Renner's fault.
Yeah, so
Like he did everything he should not have done.
one of the things that he didn't do right was he didn't put on the emergency brake.
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking at it's called a piston bully, which is the type of snowplow.
Okay.
And they're like, there's nothing wrong mechanically with it. There's nothing wrong with the brake.
Because I bet that was a thing. Like the first thought was this some sort of like technical malfunction? Can we sue this company or whatever? Whoever made the snowplow, you know? Does there need to be a recall? But no, it seems like it worked perfectly fine. And Mr. Renner just made some whoopsie mistakes. Are you supposed to be trained for a snowplow? Like, or can you just get one? How did he have one?
Well, he kind of lives out there in the middle of nowhere in Nevada.
So he just owns his own snowplow?
He's in Avengers. I'm sure he makes a nice paycheck.
I'm just thinking about, like, where do you park that?
So he crushed over 30 bones, which I thought was just brutal.
I think how many bones are in, like, your foot, though? Like your toes. You have a lot of bones in your toes.
Yeah, but still, getting crushed by almost a 2-ton, might be over 2-ton vehicle.
Yeah, I do feel bad for him. That
They had
does
to
really
airlift
suck.
him out. He's gonna have to have multiple surgeries.
He might not walk right anymore.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know how. I mean, both your legs. He might walk, but I don't know. I don't think he'll be running around doing Hawkeye stuff.
Well, he said he was actually done with Hawkeye after
Yeah.
the TV show.
He was still doing some action stuff.
Yeah, come back just for Kane to kill you with a snowplow.
Oh no, that scene in Deadpool with the Zamboni hits different now.
Dude, if you get run over by a Zamboni, you weren't paying attention.
Dude, they're slow as hell.
I don't even know how you'd fit underneath that thing.
Yeah, it's a bit like the whale, you know? Like, oh, it's so big, but it's like bristles for its mouth teeth.
They don't have teeth, they just have those bristles.
Yeah. Like, you can't actually make it past those if they don't open their mouth all the way.
Yeah. Okay, so a really interesting thing came out, and it was about top streaming services of 2022 overall.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix dominates this list. And the top streaming series of 2022 originals. So original programming created last year dominated again by Netflix. The number one series to be streamed was Stranger Things.
Unsurprising. It was huge. It was a hit. Everyone loved it.
52 billion minutes watched.
That's a lot of minutes.
Then NCIS, which goes to Netflix because it's on syndication.
I don't like
Coco Melon, Netflix.
That makes sense.
Ozark, Netflix. Somehow Encanto got in here,
I mean, that
which
makes
is
sense.
not a series.
But it's an original, right? Disney. It was a much watched thing.
But Disney got beaten by Netflix.
I don't know. The fact that things like I don't even see HBO on this list
Yeah.
or Hulu makes me wonder. I don't know. Do they just not have everyone's numbers? Because
No.
I'll be honest. I think some things got watched a lot more than NCIS did.
Like what?
I don't know. House of Dragon? Something like that.
Yeah, but look at this. This is billions of minutes watched.
Yeah.
House of Dragon only has like 8 episodes.
Yeah, but each episode's like an hour and a half long.
Yeah, I don't think many families are watching Game of Thrones, dude.
Didn't it crash HBO?
Yeah, because there's a lot of nerds out there. Duh.
True. Lots of us nerds.
Yeah, so it's just mostly Netflix. The one I found interesting was number 10, Seinfeld.
Really?
Yeah.
How? I don't know. It's like every time when you log into like Netflix or Hulu or whatever, and it's like popular, trending now, and it's something that's like completely no one is talking about.
Netflix paid a lot of money just to keep Seinfeld. And I mean, like, I think it might have been $1 billion.
Honestly, I would expect more. Seinfeld's huge.
It was a deal that went on 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
It was a huge fight for them to keep it and how much money it was going to cost, but they decided to go with it. And here it is. It's still on there.
It might be the most popular sitcom, at least for most people.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite, but it's very popular.
Supernatural, number 11.
Supernatural's real popular.
And number 12, Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
We all watch that, you know?
this list, top streaming services originals, is a little more interesting. Because it starts with Stranger Things,
Yep.
Ozark,
Okay.
Wednesday,
Wow.
Cobra Kai,
Uh,
Bridgerton,
okay.
Virgin River,
I don't know what that is.
Dahmer,
Mm.
Love is Blind,
Mm.
Inventing Anna,
Okay.
The Crown.
Okay.
That's the first 10, all Netflix.
That's all Netflix?
It's all Netflix.
I don't know. That's...
Number 11, The Boys, which is on Amazon,
Yeah.
right? The greatest British baking show,
Back to Netflix.
The Umbrella Academy,
Yep.
and The Last Kingdom.
It's all Netflix. And then 2 random things.
And then the 15th is The Rings of Power.
Hooray. It only got that high because each episode is so fucking long. Oh my god. Whole ass movie each episode.
I guess what we can say here is most people have Netflix and Amazon and then Disney.
I guess. I just don't think these lists are actually accurate. I think there are numbers that we aren't seeing, personally.
I believe this is the Nelson rating.
The Nelson rating?
Yeah, this is Nelson.
Well, get your numbers better, Nelson. I don't believe you. Double check your calculations, Nelson.
So, I don't think lots of people have HBO. I don't think... You remember what I was saying about HBO and how it used to be an exclusive channel that you had to pay extra money for just to get on your television?
Mm-hmm.
And they still market themselves that way.
It's so weird, because HBO has, like, all the best stuff. Like, Peacemaker, Our Flag Means Death, which I am surprised Our Flag Means Death, at least, didn't make it this list.
Doom Patrol,
Which is on its final season.
House of Dragon, Last of Us, White Lotus.
That's on HBO?
Yep.
Wow. And that won awards and stuff.
Velma.
Oh, everyone's favorite.
Yeah, so you have all those, but think about them, besides Velma.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably not fair to throw that one in here, but look at quality. Production value.
Super high.
Super duper high.
Mm-hmm.
Dialogue.
Incredibly intelligent.
Yep. Watching just an episode of Succession, you'll learn that you can write way better dialogue.
Yes. In fact, it is very hard watching something like Winning Time, or even just a conversation between two characters in Our Flag Means Death, and then going to, like, a subpar show, like How I Met Your Father, and and just going, it could be so much better.
It really could. But maybe that's because we're just at that age where we're done with the kind of kid stuff.
I mean, I still like cartoons.
Yeah, but look at that last Garbage Egg.
Yeah.
We said, and we still stand by it, that we don't like Chainsaw Man or Cyberpunk.
I like Chainsaw Man. I do not like Cyberpunk. And everyone got so pissy.
But then we turned around and talked about Yellow Jackets, which was supposed to be on HBO, but they turned it down.
Wow.
Because they had Euphoria, and they're like, we don't need two teenage dramas.
Okay, I think they're very different from each other.
Yeah, I know, they said they were the same thing, and I was like, not really.
Not at all.
One's about drugs, and the other one's about surviving. So.
One and the same. Yeah. High school.
Girls. Don't need more of those around here.
All the same.
Ew. But yeah, again, production quality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that's just something you and I are willing to spend our money on and watch, and we enjoy those more.
I'd rather take a smart, good show than big, flashy, stupid cyberpunk edge runner insisting on, ooh, you'll be so much better than your high school bullies. Ooh, David's gonna be so strong. Isn't it sad his mom died? That's never been done before. The main character, who's a weak loser.
Wait, his mom died?
Yeah. Oh, that's never been done. We're so creative.
I was listening to a comedian, and he was talking about Bollywood.
Yeah.
Okay? And this was interesting. He pointed out that Bollywood has hot, ripped guys, and sexy women,
okay,
and murder revenge stories, and crazy action plots.
Yeah.
And he goes, America's Bollywood is all those Marvel movies.
Wow.
I know, it blew my mind. I was like, oh, they are so dumb and cheesy, aren't they?
Oh my god, you're right. We gotta go back in time to stop the
right?
alien.
Right?
Oh no. Oh shit. Hey. Once you conceptualize it, wow.
It was something that I've been thinking about all day, because I just heard it this morning, and I was just like, that is just and I'm gonna go watch Ant-Man, because I gotta know how dumb this story goes.
I gotta know how the people who shrink themselves down to tiny live in the tiny world and stop the evil king of the universe.
There better not be an ugly person in here. But yeah, that was just fascinating to me.
Wow. Wow. I'm not gonna look at them all the same way. Damn.
Remember, each one has like its own little gimmick. Like Ant-Man's a trilogy of heist films.
Yep. Each one also has some sort of wacky musical, like a song in it. Not a musical, like they don't sing, but it's just like, here's that Imagine Dragons song you're all waiting for.
Yep.
Aw, man, you guys ready? It's Iron Man.
It's true. They all have that. So, okay, Vox Machina.
I like how Vox Machina is on your list twice, and both times you spelled Machina correctly, but not Vox.
No, I spelt Vox Machina correct.
Yeah?
It likes to think that Vox is not a word, but box definitely is.
I know, right? I hate it when I type of, like OF, like speaking of, and then my phone's like, you meant if. I was like, no, I didn't. I didn't mean if. If I meant if, I would change it.
I'm supposed to say, of course I meant if.
I don't know what you're...
Okay, don't even worry. We're going to do wordplay, but you're not going to do it. Okay, Vox Machina.
Season 2!
Season 2, they said a week... Well, it's weekly, but it's 3 episodes weekly.
Yeah, that's what they did last time, too. Oh, they announced that the Mighty Nine is getting an animated series. Yes! Mighty Nine is their second campaign.
Yeah.
So once this story finished, they did their second campaign. They're currently on their third campaign. I personally think the Mighty Nine is their best campaign. I think it was the tightest characters and plot threads, comparatively. 3's, I can't judge against 3 because it's not done yet, but yeah, I'm more excited for the Mighty Nine.
Are they still doing things? Critical Role?
Yeah, I just said they're currently on their third campaign.
Yeah, but I don't want you watching them anymore.
I don't usually watch the episodes. I'll watch recap. Usually when I eat lunch, I'll watch like a recap of what happened in the episode. They're so long.
Mm-hmm.
They're like 3 hours. And like I don't have time. Unless I'm making a thumbnail, but even then I'm usually watching like other things. Like video essays.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Vox Machina was getting pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. The episodes 4, 5, and 6, good episodes. Good plot threads.
Vax getting his huge upgrade, becoming the Knight of Death.
The champion.
The champion of death.
Yeah.
And just got a huge speed increase.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Little blue Kratos being more like Kratos.
Grog. Yeah. With his sword. His good old swood. Our buddy, Craven Edge.
Yeah, it seemed like we were getting ready to fight the dragon, or one of them at the end.
I imagine
Dragons?
one of them might be. Yes. Rust starts playing really loudly. No, I imagine the season would end with a dragon fight, but I don't know. I don't know how long, like, what kind of things we're cutting out, what we're expediting. So, like that episode 5, for example, that stuff with Keyleth going to the Fire Ashari. And,
what a rude guy.
I know, the doggos? God.
You guys can go anywhere in this house.
But they gotta be right here. They want to listen to the podcast. No, the thing with Keyleth going to the Fire Ashari and getting her, like, her fire stuff happening, you know? That took, like, 4 episodes, I think, of the actual campaign. And each episode's, like, an hour and a half to 2 hours long. And so, expediting all of that crap down to just one animated episode, like, they're cutting out a lot of stuff, and I think it's for the better. There was a whole other character who was there, like a dragon guy who had like catch zombies and stuff, and all of that got cut out for the better, I feel like.
Okay. Yeah, they were supposed to have Trinket in there more often.
Well, yeah.
Which is the polar bear? That's a polar bear, right?
No, he's a grizzly bear. He's a brown bear. Polar bears have white fur. You keep calling him a polar bear.
Yeah, his name's Tic Tac and he's a polar bear. I am liking it, even though I'm not into D&D. The first 3 episodes I thought were kind of rough.
They were a little... I mean, they had to set up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and remind me of what happened last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then these next 2 episodes were way better.
They finally got their broom going. Jeez Louise.
Yeah,
Vex.
Sam Riegel's character? Scanlan.
Yep.
Wish they had normal names like Jim and Bob.
But that's not fantasy. Yeah. Some of them get like...
Let's call him Bobo.
No.
Tic Tac and Bobo. My real fantasy adventure.
You called him a dwarf the other day.
Is he not a dwarf?
No, they're gnomes. They're different. It's different. They're gnomes, dwarves, and halflings. They're all different.
Don't gnomes like stab people in the back?
Not in Dungeons
and live in like
not
holes?
in Dungeons and Dragons. And I get the reference you're making. Not in Dungeons and Dragons. No, wait. No, they are gnomes. Yeah. Yes, they are gnomes.
Are you sure they're gnomes and not dwarves?
They're not dwarves.
Okay, so we brought up a show, White Lotus.
Yeah.
We heard so many great things.
Mm-hmm.
We decided we're going to watch it.
Yeah, it's won awards and everything.
There's 2 seasons. It's an anthology series.
Yep.
And from what I understand, it's about shitty white people going on vacation.
And they're just... Every character is completely unlikable.
Yep.
And are assholes in different ways. And I don't know how this won so many awards. Gonna be honest. I feel like it's just like the shitty white people in Hollywood being like, OMG, it's like me, for real. I love these things that remind me of my life. Awards. Oh, finally, an all-white cast.
It's not an all-white cast.
Yeah, everyone who works at the hotel isn't white.
Yeah. Well, they're in Hawaii in this first season. I hate that it's one of those shows, it's a drama.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel the music and then the dialogue and the shots get a little tighter towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel this tension and you're like, we're about to burst, something's gonna happen. End of episode.
Yeah, I thought... Okay, so all the trailers and shit made this look like it was going to be like a thriller. Like there was some sort of murder mystery thing going on. And no, a whole lot of fucking... The biggest fucking thing that happened so far was the one son of the couple woke up and his Switch and phone got washed away. And I sat there and thought how sad that would be if you lost your Switch. That was the biggest thing to happen so far in the story.
Yeah, I mean... Well, the hotel manager is a junkie.
He is the problem. He is everyone's problem. He's the reason every single problem has happened. He double booked the pineapple suite, which caused the fiance to be a fucking jerkwad.
I'm okay with him being a complete dick to that couple.
True. Like, this thing, I'm like okay with him lying. It's like he also stole he didn't steal, but he took their backpack and popped their pills.
Dude, they brought ketamine on the island.
And it's like, if he didn't lie and do all these things, nothing would be the problem. But also, these people are fucking pieces of shit. We know someone will die. Someone's going to die. It was teased in the beginning.
Yep.
And I was like, I wish all of you would just fucking drop dead. I don't understand.
So, one of the things, to give you context, the hotel manager has a problem with this newlywed couple.
Mm-hmm.
And the husband is a young, business guy. And he's just a total douche.
My mommy set up our reservation.
Yep. They're not giving us the right thing, so what are you going to give me in return for fucking this up?
Yeah. And then I want more. I just want you to admit that you were wrong.
So the manager decides he's going to get back at him because he's so annoyed with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I can have you on a charter boat for the sunset with a candlelit dinner for you and your wife. And he's like, that's awesome. And then he tells him, oh yeah, but there will be somebody else with you. And she'll be as quiet as a church mouse.
Mm-hmm.
That person that they're with is mourning over the death of their mom and spreading her ashes in the ocean.
Yep. And she won an award for that performance.
Tiffany.
No.
Jennifer
Coolidge.
Coolidge. Yep. My
Yeah,
bad.
Jennifer Coolidge. And it's like I don't think she's an amazing actress to begin with.
No.
And this performance, she's trying. She sure is putting her heart into it. But I also can't imagine it was hard to act like you're a drunk, vapid, full of yourself.
One of the saddest things about looking at Jennifer Coolidge these days, it's the plastic surgery, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof.
Like, she's trying to cry,
That's a thing nowadays.
but
Like,
she's not crying.
like no one is getting plastic surgery much anymore. Because
No.
we see how fucking ugly you become as the rest of your body ages, but your plastic surgery just remains like this horrid plastic film under your flesh.
Yeah. It's kind of disgusting you do things like that.
If anything, I think it makes you look way worse than just regular age wrinkles would. You know what's another example of that? Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, she ruined it.
She used to be so pretty, and now she looks like... Ugh. She looks like a melted Michael Jackson.
Plastic surgery was designed to help people with birth defects.
I thought it was like injuries, you know, like if you got like a burn or something, it could somewhat fix it. So
That's graphing.
I don't know.
Say you were born with a really messed up nose, right?
Yeah.
You can get plastic surgery and you'd have a normal nose, or what looks like a normal nose.
And I understand, like, some people get plastic surgery just because they really want to look a different way, and that's totally fine. It's always the ones that are doing like the beauty plastic surgery, the celebrities.
Yeah.
Oh, I want my cheeks to always be full. Yeah, it will. As you sag and age around your cheeks, they'll be full.
It's creepy. So White Lotus, we're more than halfway done with that season. And again, things are happening, but not what you're expecting.
It feels like, also, this could have been a movie. This could have been a short. Nothing has progressed.
Well, it was only supposed to be one season. And then it did so well, they're like, do a second season, but tell a different story.
Yeah, I was confused, because I was like, isn't Melissa McCarthy supposed to be in here? Isn't she in the second season?
I don't think so.
What is she did something. Maybe that one's the one that's actually the horror thriller.
Which one are you talking about?
She did a thing where she was on like a island. Oh, man. It was years ago. I don't remember.
Ghostbusters?
No.
Put me on an island.
Chris Hemsworth wasn't there.
The only redeeming part of that movie.
True.
Okay, it's box office trolls time.
Box office trolls. Woo!
Yay!
Sad news.
Number 1, Avatar: Way of Water. Now the 4th
Still.
highest grossing film of all time.
What a shame. What a shame. It's in the negative. It's down 20%. But, like, damn, still, you know? You hate to see it.
Yeah, but nothing else has really come out.
True.
Number 2, Puss in Boots.
Yep. Which has better review scores.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pound for pound. Puss in Boots is doing great. Pathin?
Pathin? Panther?
Pathin.
I don't know what that is.
It looks like a Bollywood film.
Oh, it must be a superhero movie.
A Man Called Otto.
Okay.
Megan, which dropped down to number 5. Last week was number 3.
Damn.
Uh,
A Man Called
like...
Otto beat her out?
Yeah, it's Tom Hanks.
Week? Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? Huh. Forgot about that.
Number 6, Missing. Number 7, Plane.
Wow. 3rd week, down a whole lot.
I talked about this. How Plane is a schlocky action movie.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not much of... Other than our Bollywood films from the MCU.
Yeah.
Nobody's really watching action movies like that. Like,
Yeah.
beat 'em up action, shoot 'em up.
People, it's not the spectacle anymore. Because now you get that spectacle in any film, you know?
Yeah.
Even something like Ant-Man or whatever. Something that's comedy forward. And so these action schlock, it's not even the jangle your keys in front of your face type of entertainment anymore.
Yeah.
Because we got that already.
Behind the Rise of the Anarchist.
Okay.
pretty sure that's a documentary.
Okay.
Number 9, Infinity Pool.
Wow.
I don't expect this one to go anywhere.
I keep seeing videos of people like in the theater as the credits are rolling, looking up what does the ending mean.
Yeah, people can't seem to figure it out.
It just seems like it's like this full of itself pretentious. I'm gonna be honest, it looks like the menu again, but this time it's just a resort instead of a restaurant. Rich uppity people just, let's barely commentate on your rich uppity lifestyle. Murder is thrown in there.
I don't know if it's like that. I think it's a very different type of film. I think it's like one of those kind of gross European kind of films.
Oh. Worse.
Almost like a snuff film, but not, you know.
Europe, man.
They do some weird stuff over there.
They got some weird stuff.
Because there was a scene I was reading about where Alexander Skarsgård, who's the main character, is like breastfeeding.
Oh.
He's a grown adult.
Okay, so it's someone's fetish.
Yeah, mommy issues showing up. I don't know.
Someone's porn history stumbled into their script.
Yep. Number 10, The Wandering Earth 2.
What is that? What are these films? I don't know what any of this stuff is.
Humans Wandering Earth 2. Humans built huge machines on the surface of the Earth to find a new home. But the road to the universe is perilous. In order to save the Earth, young people once again have to step forward and start a race against time for life and death.
That told me nothing.
What
told me nothing.
Is this?
Who even made this film?
Action, adventure, drama, sci-fi.
Throw in more descriptors. Romance, comedy.
Yeah. What was the next one? Left Behind.
Yeah. Rise of the Antichrist.
Antichrist. I thought it was Anarchist. My bad.
The only light after the world falls into chaos is a charming new leader who rises to the head of the UN. But does he bring hope for a better future? Or is it the end of the world? Well, seeing as how it's called Rise of the Antichrist, I guess it depends on whether or not Christians are not.
It's not even telling us what genre it is.
Wow. Lame.
Okay.
Bad.
Whew.
Bad stuff.
Yeah, I don't think anything fun is going to be happening in box office trolls until February.
No one wanted to compete with Puss in Boots or Avatar, so
yeah, I mean they kind of have it on lockdown right now.
Yeah, once Ant-Man comes, it's gonna climb. It might not be number one right away, but it will. As Avatar inevitably falls into the depths where it belongs.
Okay. So this time we actually have Pokemon news.
Pokemon news! A trademark edition. Ooh, everyone's favorite, most thrilling topic. Trademarks. New info came out about a Pokemon Sleep trademark.
What is Pokemon Sleep?
I don't know anymore. I always think about the toothbrush one.
That's Pokemon Smile.
Yeah, it's not that.
So Pokemon Sleep was proposed in 2000 or revealed in 2019 to be a add-on companion for Pokemon Go using the Pokemon Go Plus device, which is the watch thing.
Okay.
That monitors your sleeping habits and gives you in-game rewards for sleeping.
So I imagine the watch companion piece, the extra little tidbit you had to buy, didn't sell good enough for them to want to warrant doing Pokemon Sleep.
I've always wanted one. But I play the game every day.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
But I don't want to walk around with a dumb watch.
I don't want to sleep with a watch on.
That's that I thought it was really weird that you would sleep with your watch on.
Yeah, like, ew.
Yeah, I want to sleep with my socks on.
Yeah, that makes me think of like trying to sleep with like jewelry on. Ugh. Let my hands go.
Or sleeping with your face on.
Just take that shit off. No, like last night, for example, I fell asleep and I was on one side and my arm that I was lying on, that side was propped up on top of me. And I fell asleep that way. And I woke up and I went to roll over and my entire hand was completely numb.
Yep.
That's gonna fuck up the watch. If my watch is attached to that hand, it's gonna be like, you're dying! You're being strangled in your sleep! The blood flow is gone!
I hate waking up after falling asleep on, like, a body part and then realizing that it's, like, in pain.
The tingle, like, as your blood is like, help!
And sometimes I sit there and I'm like, maybe I just cut off the circulation to my arm and I gotta amputate it.
One time, this is terrifying. I fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, my foot itches so bad. I was like, no, this isn't, something's not right. And like a hair, like someone's hair, probably one of my own, like had wrapped around one of my toes and was cutting off the circulation to my toe.
Oh my God.
I don't know how the hair didn't break, but yeah, I like, terrifying.
I think your body would naturally wake up if something like that was happening.
Yeah, that's what happened. It woke me up and told me my toe was itchy.
Yeah. It's probably like, hey, something's happening over
It's
here.
not supposed to itch this much.
Anything else you want to talk about for coffee break?
Not that I can think of. Do you think Pokemon Sleep will actually happen? Or do you think they just took the trademark so then people can't do shenanigans with it? Since it's a name that was floating around for a game concept. You don't want someone taking that and doing something dumb with it.
So data miners went into Pokemon Go.
Yeah?
And found that Pokemon Go was doing updates for Pokemon Sleep.
Wow.
So even though Pokemon Sleep's not here, right? There is data inside of Pokemon Go that indicates that it's still being worked on.
Well, good luck. I don't know, man.
It's a weird concept to fall asleep and play Pokemon.
Yes.
You know?
Where I usually play Pokemon. In my dreams, where they can be real.
Okay. Pokemon are real. You just have to believe.
Man, I wanted so hard.
God, if anyone can figure out what that Melissa McCarthy show is,
Yeah.
go ahead, leave that in the comments.
If you know what the fuck I'm talking about, there was a scene where they were all laying down on blankets, but they were in holes. And it looked grave-esque. But it was, I don't know. They were on an island. There are other people there. But I only recognized Melissa McCarthy.
Isn't this the Hulu show with like 13 people?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. We watched the second episode of The Last of Us. We know we're behind.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is,
It's a heavy show.
it's not that. I like the show. I really like it. It's a fun one. It's really nice to see something adapted into a different media and still being loved correctly. They come out, every episode comes out every Sunday at 9 p.m.
It's so late.
It is so late. And then an episode's an hour long. I'm already tired. I have to get ready for work on Monday.
Yeah.
I spend Monday nights doing this.
Man, like, sometimes I just really like going to sleep.
Right?
You know?
And that's why we need Pokemon Sleep.
Yes. Yes.
So we'll watch part 3 tomorrow.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And How I Met Your Father.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
I hope you guys enjoy this. I took a chill little coffee break.
We actually drank coffee this time around.
We did. And I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
Me too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.